I got zeroed out my membrane, you keep calling me insane. Every single day more XRP is what I obtain. No more cash, no more cars, only QR codes. No more proof of work, we running validated nodes. This is the life that I chose. They look at the cons, I look at the pros. I'm always bullish and it shows. Now you wanna ask about XRP, I am not telling. Now you want some of my XRP, I am not selling, it's not for sale. Honestly, I just wish you well, cause I'm XRP for well. I'm XRP for life and that's forever, can't you tell? I just keep on buying while they telling me to sell. The whole world gonna be shocked when XRP break out its shell, and that's when we prevail. I'm XRP for well, I'm XRP for life and that's forever, can't you tell? I just keep on buying while they telling me to sell. The whole world gonna be shocked when XRP break out its shell, and that's when we prevail. XRP taking the lead, come equipped with institutional speed. XRP giving the go to proceed, don't listen to FUD, I know they mislead. Try to tell them but I know they don't care. HoDL, no nothing compared. Back in the day I was willing to share, now I don't have any left to spare. Source some liquidity on demand, try to tell them but they don't understand. Holding my ledger right hand, my hand, see the signs it was already planned. Digital economy, it's already here. I'm talking about the moon, they think I majored in astrology. Haters talking trash, I think they majored in garbology. Focus on my future, so I invest in technology. Number one is where we ranking.
Come on.
And if you don't have XRP, then I do not know what you thinking. This the time, this the year, this the place to be. Hold them strong all day long, doing it faithfully. Keep that negative energy far away from me. It's not our fault that we seeing something that you can't see. I got my hands on some on-demand liquidity, and I'ma hold on to it now into infinity. This the greatest wealth transfer the world will ever see. But I'm not talking, I'm about to go buy me more XRP, cause I'm XRP for well, I'm XRP for life and that's forever, can't you tell? I just keep on buying while they telling me to sell. The whole world gonna be shocked when XRP break out its shell, and that's when we prevail. I'm XRP for well, I'm XRP for life and that's forever, can't you tell? I just keep on buying while they telling me to sell. The whole world gonna be shocked when XRP break out its shell, and that's when we prevail. I'm XRP for well,
For well.
I'm XRP for well, I'm XRP for life and that's forever, can't you tell? Can't you tell?
What is up, John 1? What is up, my man? Let's go. What is up, bro? How are you doing, man? How are you doing? I am relaxing. Finally figured some things out, man. You know, I feel like every day I'm learning something new, man. I swear. Why can't I click on this? Okay, there we go. All right, XLM's chilling. We got 3.5 or 7.5 cents. Let's get a couple other. There we go. Let's get this opened up to XRP. Pow, there we go. Little movement out of XRP, little trend line I put here the other day. Actually, I think it was last night before I went to bed, I put that trend line there to see what we get. How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing, man? How was your Christmases? How is life? Man, things are going good, man. Just keep investing. I keep accumulating and investing in HoDLing. HoDLing is the main thing. Just holding. Just sitting on it and holding. That is the main thing. That's it. That's all you got to do. It's almost easy. But people, they just feel like they always have to be doing something, man. Always. Let's take a look at polka dots. There we go. And let's open up CoinMarketCap. I want to see if anything has changed on a couple of things. Nothing has changed there. Let's take a look at Algorand. Nice. Up some percentages. Let's check the good old wallet real quick. See what it's looking like. How's the wallet looking? Oh, Algorand. Oh my, I gotta look at my Algo wallet. Hold on. I was in my Descent wallet. Oh yeah, looking better. Much better. I love it. Love it. Jack A, what is up, Jack? How are you doing, man? We got some awesome stuff happening. Now, I'm not 100% sure when things are going to happen, but I can say that the comeback, when it happens, which the closer to the bottom, unless we're already at the bottom, we get, the closer we get, the faster we are going to start the uptrend that is going to blow the lid off of cryptocurrency, because crypto, it's not just going to reward a ton of people, okay? Everyone that's late to the party, they're going to suffer. They're going to end up suffering, unfortunately. So the people who've been hodling and accumulating at good prices, they're going to get paid off. Because this has to happen. Just waking up? Nice, bro. This has to happen. The world is too big. We need something. We need payments that work on a global scale quickly. They need to work quick. And nobody else can seem to do that. They just can't seem to do it. So blockchain technology, digital assets, away we go. Away we go. Investigate, research, see where they're at, deploy capital, and sit. Wow. So you can see two things here with the Bitcoin chart. One is I see this peak with a possible leg, right? Also, I see this. I see the peak, but then I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Elliott waves getting ready for a return going up. So I can see both of those there, even though it's only on a 30-minute. You tend to notice them, like that little green candle right there and that little green one right there. Those are stops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Some people just see 1, 2 with the big green one right there, but I don't see that. And that's how they would get messed up putting in a short there. Let's go to OMI. Ooh, OMI giving better price. OMI's giving better prices. Wow. Man, I want to pick up some more OMI. Messi Leo. Hello, sir. What is up, Leo? What is up, Messi? How are you doing? It's good to see you. So I'm waiting to see how things are about to play out. We got this sort of thing going on right here. Check this out. See this? Look at that. Look at that. Almost similar. Are we going to get this breakout and then the dramatic retest and then the explosion? I don't know. All I know is I will keep holding what I have. That I do know. I love it, man. Let's get gold and silver up here because I want to see the prices of gold and silver, because I'm thinking about cashing in a little bit of my chips to deploy capital into some more crypto because I want more exposure to crypto. Yep, gold 1800 still sitting there. Very beautiful. Silver, almost $24. Nice. I got silver right here at like $21. All right, so there's silver, there's gold. Beautiful. I'm thinking about cashing in some gold and silver and getting some more exposure to cryptocurrency. Maybe just getting a couple $1,000 more dollars, just bringing a couple $1,000 worth of gold and silver, turning it into cash, and redeploying that capital into the crypto market. Now, for anyone who's paying attention and who knows who Michael Burry is and who knows about the housing market, now you see this guy right here. Bitcoin will be seen as a relic, and it says, excuse me, and it says Bitcoin is doomed. Now, Michael Burry does say that Bitcoin will go to zero. There's Michael Burry. Bitcoin will go to zero.
October 31st, 2008. In a dark, unknown corner of the internet, a link to a paper authored by a man named Satoshi Nakamoto is suddenly posted to a cryptography mailing list. 2 months later, on January 3rd, 2009, the Bitcoin network is created when the unknown Nakamoto mines the starting block of the chain, better known as the Genesis block. Embedded inside is a line that reads, quote, "The Times, January 3rd, 2009. Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks." This is a reference to a headline published by a British newspaper. While some view it as a timestamp, others see it as a critique of the fractional reserve banking system. Either way, this magical piece of code goes from being worthless to $1 trillion asset in just over 10 years. Nakamoto shortly after disappeared and was never heard from again. It is believed that during the first 7 months of Bitcoin's existence, Satoshi mined as many as 1.1 million Bitcoin. This fortune, now worth in excess of $30 billion, remains untouched to this day. Celebrities, CEOs, CNBC, and even Fortune 500 companies like Tesla have endorsed the cryptocurrency as a legitimate form of wealth storage. Payment apps like Dorsey's Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal offer ways to integrate into the Bitcoin blockchain. You would think that after more than a decade of success, people skeptical of government, afraid of paper money, and open-minded to new ideas would flock to an asset like this. But there are plenty who still strongly believe that Bitcoin is headed to zero, a worthless scam that is the result of a super bubble. At the top of this list is Dr. Michael Burry, who made it clear that Bitcoin is worthless, in his mind a scam of biblical proportions. To review his thoughts in depth, I went over all of his tweets, now deleted, starting from February 1st, 2021, going over each that mentioned the cryptocurrency. Remember that Burry almost never gives interviews. I've looked and it's very hard to find a single video of the guy talking about anything recent. He keeps a very low profile, and the only communication we get from him are his firm's 13Fs, which showcase his positions, and his Twitter, which he deletes occasionally. The good news is that various other websites and Twitter accounts archive his tweets so that we can view them at a later date. To begin formulating his thesis on crypto, we start with the first tweet that mentions Bitcoin, a tweet from February 8th, 2021. His thoughts from this event formulate the base of his...
So for those of you who don't know, Michael Burry did call the housing bubble in 2008 of 2008. He's also called other financial things that have come to fruition. So people pay attention to him. So I wanted to expose you guys to this video.
His entire opinion on Bitcoin and offer the audience an alternative view on the entire subject of cryptocurrency. Burry is a skeptical guy, and if you remember earlier in the year, Tesla bought a bunch of Bitcoin and then sold it quickly after claiming that Musk was unaware of the environmental impact Bitcoin mining causes. This was reported as a bizarre event, and it sent shockwaves throughout the crypto world. Elon, who was previously pro-Bitcoin, had all of a sudden changed his mind, and this happened to coincide with Chinese regulators summoning Tesla to answer for what they claimed were quality control issues. For Burry, something just didn't smell right. Elon was the Bitcoin bull, and his company's purchase of BTC sent the price soaring. Now all of a sudden they were selling their entire position? From his perspective, Tesla's dabble into crypto raised alarms for Chinese leadership, and the CCP had essentially forced Musk to sell. Although he doesn't claim it right in the tweet, it's implied if you read it over. This tweet actually sparked a flurry of other bearish thoughts regarding crypto, like this one from February 11th, which claimed that the worldwide banking elite had every reason to crush Bitcoin as it's mostly mined in sanctioned countries, implying that
XRP and Jaded, buddy, how you doing today? I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. I did, my man. I hope you did as well. Thank you so much.
Bitcoin had many headwinds in its future if it intends to butt heads with organizations like the European Central Bank, the US Fed, and the IMF. Then we have this one from February 21st. Bulls like to claim that Bitcoin will eventually serve as the worldwide standard, and it will solve something called Tiffin's Dilemma, otherwise known as Tiffin's Paradox, an economic conflict that many actually blame as the cause for the 2008 economic meltdown. You can look this up on your own time, but in summary, the theory basically says if your currency becomes the worldwide reserve currency the way the dollar is now, then there will be added demand for that currency across the planet. In short, skipping all of the details and simplifying this down to a couple of sentences, this basically forces the US government to run ever-growing deficits, indirectly causing all kinds of problems, including a serious trade deficit. It is believed by many that Bitcoin solves Tiffin's Dilemma, but Burry points out that solving this requires extreme liquidity and gives the example of the Swiss franc as the showcase for why you can't do this with Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a scaling problem to serve at that level. Following this, there are multiple tweets that boil down to headwinds faced by Bitcoin via regulatory risk. As a mostly unregulated asset, governments around the world, in his opinion, will look to impose rules and regulations that may not favor the coin. This is embraced in a February 25th tweet that sums up Burry's views regarding BTC. In essence, he claims that the investment poses more risk than opportunity, a tweet that caused a massive backlash with many calling him and other Bitcoin bears like Charlie Munger, quote, out of touch. Munger famously had this to say about it.
Now that the crypto market overall is valued at $2 trillion, do you still consider cryptos as worthless artificial gold?
Well, I knew there'd be a question on Bitcoin or crypto. And I thought to myself, well, I've watched these politicians dodge questions all the time, you know, and I always find it kind of disgusting when they do it. But the truth is, I'm going to dodge that question because we probably got hundreds of thousands of people watching this that own Bitcoin, and we probably got 2 people that are short. So we got a choice of making 400,000 people mad at us and unhappy, or making 2 people happy, and that's
development is disgusting and contrary to the end. And billions of. I don't welcome a currency that's so useful and to kidnappers and extortionists. And
see, that is so fake. These two, man, Buffett and Charlie Munger. This guy, man, he is like a real piece of work. Oh, kidnappers, you know, they use that, and but everybody can see who's using it. It can be tracked. They can be put away. This is just a poor excuse of a tired old man who has no idea what it is. A poor excuse for a tired old man. I don't back a currency that's used by kidnappers and blah, blah. They all use the US dollar, man. Come on, bro. They use Bitcoin, they're caught. Anyone who uses Bitcoin, they're going down. It's trackable. The dumbest thing. They lie right to your face.
And so forth. Nor do I like just shuffling out a few extra billions and billions and billions of dollars to somebody who just invented a new financial product out of thin air. So I think I should say modestly that I think the whole damn development is disgusting and contrary to the interests of civilization. and I'll leave the criticism to others.
Regardless of what you may think, that Munger clip will make history. As for people calling him out of touch, Burry had this to say. Ultimately, Burry tweeted 8 more times about Bitcoin after this date, and I'm not going to spend the rest of this video going over each one. Instead, I'll summarize his thoughts with this February 27th tweet, which I think stands out from the rest as the primary pillar of his thesis. It reads, quote, "Fads today, BTC, EV, SaaS, and meme stocks are like housing in 2007 and fiber, dot-coms, and routers in 1999. On the whole, not wrong, just driven by speculative fever to insane heights from which the fall will be dramatic and painful. Frauds to the WorldCom and Enrons of today." That tweet will live in history and cement his legacy as either genius or idiot. Bitcoin at the end of the day is a financial instrument that is backed by nothing, with a price driven by human psychology. Critics of Burry, Munger, and all the other big shots who hate crypto would ask why these people are not shorting it if they believe it's worth zero. And the answer is because in the short term, Bitcoin can go anywhere. Asking that question will be like asking a hedge fund why they're not shorting any of these .coms in 1999. It's very possible that Bitcoin goes up to 100K or even more as the momentum builds up. But after doing the research for this video, I tend to think more like this. It's a long answer by Warren Buffett, but it's well worth the listen.
Charlie said Bitcoin's like rat poison. You were asked about that comment, and you said, well, it's probably more like rat poison squared. Charlie went on in the meeting to then basically call Bitcoin turds.
He is an expressive sort, isn't he? Maybe when he gets a little older, he'll mature.
I just want to ask you about that because it sparks so much controversy, and particularly on Twitter and some of the places where you might expect people who are trading in cryptocurrency to be pretty loud about what they heard. What is it about Bitcoin that gets you guys so fired up?
Well, when you buy a farm, you look at the crop every year and what prices are, and you decide whether it was a satisfactory investment. I mean, you look to the asset itself and what it produces for you. When we buy a business, we look at what the business earns and decide how we feel about it in terms of what we paid. But we are buying something that at the end of the period, we not only have what we bought in the first place, but we have something that the asset produced. And when you buy non-productive assets, all you're counting on is whether the next person is going to pay you more because they're even more excited about another next person coming along. But the asset itself is creating nothing. One of the interesting things, for example, is...
See, that's not true. It is not creating nothing. It is creating something. It is creating a faster payment system linked on a global scale, making payments almost instant. Same day. Instant. For a fee next to nothing. Now, I know he's talking about Bitcoin, but we're generalizing this as crypto as a whole. There are cryptos, what I believe is XRP, is going to be the bridge currency that is going to connect the world on a financial level, moving at the speed of technology.
Is gold. If you go back to the time of Christ and you look at how many hours of labor you had to give up in order to buy an ounce of gold, and you take it forward to now, you'll find the compound rate maybe 1/10 or 2/10 of 1%. And then you have to insure it during that time and make sure somebody doesn't steal it from you and everything. But it doesn't produce anything. And productive assets, you can pay too much for a productive asset. But I bought a farm in the 1980s, and every year we look at how much it produced the way of soybeans and corn. And at the end of that period, I've still
He has a crypto bank in Brazil and Mexico? I believe it.
got the farm, and I've gotten some significant income off of it. Apartment house, operating business. But if you and I buy various cryptocurrencies, they're not going to multiply. They're not going to be a bunch of rabbits sitting there in front of us. They're just going to sit there. And I got to hope next time you get more excited after I bought it from you, and then maybe I'll get more excited and buy it from you. And
see, that's how he's talking about it, but that's not how it really is. It's not me getting more excited than you and buying it for more money off of you. It's a system that's being adopted to knock out banks and the middleman from taking massive fees. And that's why he's upset about it. He's probably has a ton of banker buddies. Probably, like you said, he's got a crypto bank, so he's a banker himself. And it's knocking these people out from their fee system. So a lot of intelligent people are going to wake up and use it to move money instead of the banks where they're taking 3 to 5 business days to move over $10,000 or whatever. Maybe even sending like $1,000 to somebody. Maybe I want to send it from New York to California or from New York to Australia. You know, that would take a lot of time, and a lot of people would be getting their hands on some fees. The grocery store or the bank that I go to get the Western Union or to send the wire transfer. Then the other receiving end is getting their fee. Then they got to cash it. It's crazy. So it's knocking these things out and creating a fast solution for moving money across the globe and settling at the same time. Settlement is also the key there.
Actually, we could sit in the house by ourselves, and we could keep running up the price between the two of us. But at the end of the time, there's one Bitcoin sitting there, and now we got to find somebody else, and they come to an end. I mean, those.
So, I mean, that's a greater fool theory. That's what you're saying.
Well, yeah, it's buying something because you expect the pool of people who want to buy it because they want.
But in reality, with crypto, you're not sitting in a house giving something back and forth to the other person. It's a global network system at the speed of technology. And these guys are just upset because they're not getting their fees. So when the world eventually runs on crypto, people will be using it and not knowing they're using it. So they'll be using this system. They just don't want you to know they're going to be using it, and they'll be making their fees off of the practical no fees that it drives. Yo, Blunt Crypto, what is up, man? Let's go, bro. Good to see you. Deshaun in the house, my Algorand, my Algorand professional. Sup, man? Yeah, Buffett does not understand that it is a network, but they keep talking about Bitcoin, and yeah, all the fees. Exactly. Let's go.
Somebody else will grow, and
People love to speculate and they love to gamble, and that's what Bitcoin is. As an owner, you have to ask yourself, do you even understand what you're holding? Can you explain Bitcoin to a 5-year-old? I wouldn't hesitate to guess that you likely can't. In fact, I invite you to watch this 26-minute video by YouTube creator 3Blue1Brown. It's probably the best attempt to explain how Bitcoin actually works. And even after watching it twice, I'm nowhere near close enough to say I fully understand. Top dollar for tulips only because rising prices attract more buyers, a loop that can last for quite a long time, bringing...
Yeah, see, this video is a little out of touch with reality. The reality is they're creating a system that is global and fast and is cutting out the middleman or middlemen. Not just a middle man, middle men. And we got smart contracts. We have XRP as on-demand liquidity. Also the ripping algorithm, which is absolutely insane that XRP deploys. Compliments David Schwartz, IE. Even the person interviewing. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Deshaun. So I was looking at the Lofty AI, which is that investment app that you sent me, and it looks cool. I want to do a little more research on it. So it seems like investing into properties fractionally. So instead of investing in a $1.2 million house, maybe you put $1,000 in and you get that percentage of the full price out of the rent that's paid on it or the mortgage. So you take what you put in and divide it by the whole price. That's the percent you get from the rent. So that seems interesting. But I want you to also know and understand that Propy, the first ever real estate on the blockchain, is at all-time low prices right now. Propy, the first ever real estate on the blockchain. Buy and sell homes faster, easier, more secure, powered by Web3 technology. The future of real estate is now with Propy. Agents, buyers, sellers all over our country love the simplicity and security of Propy. Propy has processed 4 billion in transactions for consumers and agents from Compass, EXP, the agency, Redfin, KW, Remax, Realty Austin, ACME, and others. So buy, sell a home via bank transfers, buy, sell a home using crypto, buy, sell a home as an NFT. Propy is all over it. So also look into that as well, Deshaun, while I look into Lofty AI, because I bought Propy over a year ago for 77 cents, and it went up not even a week later. It was up in the $3 and change range. It was insane. So I really believe that Propy is going to make a ton of money in the near future. Once in the pink and no, it's one in the pink and two in the stink, bro. It's like this. What blockchain is it on? Okay, yeah, it's ERC20. It's Ethereum. Propy is on Ethereum. And they have an XRP pair as well. So I was thinking, you guys, now listen to me. Was that not on Shark Tank? Propy? I'm not sure if it was. But I do know if you guys were watching, actually, you guys have watched it. It's the $1 Million Standard. Hold on. Wait a minute. $1 trillion standard. When we watch this video, remember this? We watch this documentary when we do movie day for like the past 2 years.
Since Ripple has essentially solved payments, almost everything will eventually fall into their system in one way or another.
New companies like Amazon and Uber need a seamless global experience. They don't want to integrate with a new API or 3 different mobile payment companies in every country that they want to communicate with. They need fast payments.
It might seem crazy at first.
I mean, it takes a day or two.
You can teleport into any vault in the world instantly.
XRP is a fantastic.
When we first watched this video from 2 years ago, and we've watched this on this channel a lot, pay attention to what's on this man. I believe this is Michael Arrington. What's on his shirt? When we first watched this a long time ago, I looked that up because I was like, what is on this freaking billionaire or multimillionaire's shirt? Propy. And I found out it was the first ever real estate on the blockchain. Now, remember when this was put a year ago, it was over a year ago, and we started watching this on this channel. So I looked up Propy. It was at like 77 cents. And you guys remember, I invested in it. And then a couple days later, it was 6 times what I had put in. My money was 6 times. I made like $3,000 or $4,000 immediately, like in a week. So I was like, holy shit, Propy is insane. So here, listen to what he says about XRP. Listen to what he says about XRP.
Essentially have gold that you can teleport into any vault in the world.
Now, this is Propy using XRP to move money. Listen to what they say.
Instantly.
XRP is a fantastic currency to use for, among other things, hedge funds. We need to move a lot of money very quickly. We make investments all over the world. Our LPs come from all over the world. And using banks to move money is a pain in the. I mean, it takes a day or two to move money around the world. And with XRP, our very first close was 50 million. We moved that money in, and I'm not you, in like 3 seconds. And I think it cost 20 or 30 cents.
Did you hear what he just said?
I mean, it takes a day or two to move money around the world. And with XRP, our very first close was 50 million. We moved that money in, and I'm not you, in like 3 seconds. And I think it cost 20 or 30 cents. You really need to think about that.
Their technology has essentially solved payments.
They got it. I got it.
It's the difference between a horse and buggy and a Tesla.
And I'd never heard of Ripple at the time, and I thought, and they said Swift is going to be put out of business by Ripple, and I thought that's quite handy. I'll phone up Swift and see what they think. That'll make a good story for the paper. And Swift said, actually, we're taking this really seriously. We think it could affect us in lots of ways.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over Swift one day?
Well, I think what we're doing and executing on a day-by-day basis is, in fact, taking over Swift. We've now signed up, well over 100 banks. Some of the largest Swift-enabled banks in the world are now using Ripple's technology. Just last week, we saw a remittance company who's using Ripple's technology. They reduced the price per transaction to their consumers from $20 per transaction to $2 per transaction, and they saw an 800% increase in usage overnight. That's the type of dynamic that Swift isn't able to support that we're able to address right now.
In short,
and people wonder why I am so heavily invested into XRP. For anyone who hasn't seen this and you want to watch it, there it is right there. I will pin it so people coming in, if they want to watch it, they can watch it. It's a really good video on Ripple and XRP. So yeah, Propy, the first ever real estate on the blockchain. And I only bring that up, Deshaun, because you gave me Lofty AI to look into, and I am still looking into it. OMI token, you guys, if any of you like the VV app or you invest in NFTs, the VV app has licenses for everything. They're not just creating stuff and then going to bring up lawsuits in the future. They actually have licenses on the biggest names out there. Spider-Man being one of them. So I'm going to look into their brands right now. They have licenses: Marvel, Adventure Time, Ultraman, Back to the Future, Batman, DC Comics, Bombshells, Battlestar Galactica, Viveros, Call of Cthulhu, Captain America, Cartoon Network, Child's Play, Cartoon Network, Coca-Cola. They have licenses with Coca-Cola, CryptoKins, Daredevil, Star Wars. Wow. What else? Deadpool. So many big names. Mickey Mouse, Disney. They have licenses with Disney. It's insane. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is because they have certain ones they put out, say they only make 500 of it. There's over 250,000 people using the VV app for these augmented reality NFTs. And I know one that is worth over $10,000 last year is now selling for $1,500. They only made 500 of it. There's some that are selling for $50,000. They only made 150 of them. It's pretty insane. You find the right ones, you get your hands on them, and you sit on them. You buy them and hold them. Well, anyway, OMI is the token that backs the VV app. Now, when I first found this, OMI was at about almost 1.5 cents. Okay, it was a little over a penny, almost to a penny and a half. Now it's at 0.0008. So I am buying up. I want to hold at least 1 million OMI tokens. Right now I'm holding like 500,000. So I'm going to get another 500,000 for $84. So let me see. Let's take a look. Where am I holding it? I'm holding it on Descent Wallet. Okay, Ecomi, there it is, right there. So I'm holding, oh wow, I'm only holding, oh never mind, it would be 800. It would be a little over $800, my bad, to get 1 million, because I'm only holding, oh okay, I'm only holding 100,000 OMI tokens right now for 80 something bucks. And Legacy Network is the one I'm holding 500,000 in. So anyway, I wanted to pick up some more OMI because I really love the app VV, and I think what they have is when they burn when they do NFT burns and when people buy stuff, it makes things more rare and it drives up the price of OMI. And the more you go into the future, the more this is going to happen, driving the price of the token up. So all these prices that are really low right now will become ultra high in the future. That's a lot of transactions, bro. 1 XRP worth 10 Lambos. Is Ledger still the best cold wallet? I'm not sure if it is. I just know that I like using it. So I use the Nano. I use the Nano Ledger S. That's the one I use. There it is. There's the little screen, the little buttons on top. And on the back, there it is. That's where you plug in your wire. Anyway, that's where I hold. LEPAL Titan. I like the LEPAL Titan. I like the LEPAL. I just haven't bought one. This is it right here. Look at this little guy right here. Oh, hi, Buddy Wings. Good morning. Hi, baby. Oh, come here. Come here, baby. Come here. Here she is. Oh, hello. Oh, you good girl. Oh, it's a Woody Win. Are you good girl? Oh, you say good morning to everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, who's awake? Are you awake? Good morning. Say hello. Hello. Yeah. You guys want some treats? You got some treats? Henry and Luna are awake. Let's get some Henrys and Lunas in the chat. Henry and Luna's in the chat for those of you who are a member of the Blur Gang HoDL. JB show keys. Am I going to get the Ledger stacks? I'm not sure if I'm going to. I'm not sure. I am not sure. So the LEPAL, there's a list of everything. I would like to learn more about how exactly it works because realistically, what this guy does is holds the private keys because everything is on the blockchain. It's on the blockchain and it can't be moved unless the private keys are used. So everything sits on the blockchain, and that's what the Nano Ledger S as a cold wallet does. And then you sign, once you put your little code in and everything, you sign off with the keys that moves the crypto. So I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. Let me look at the LEPAL here. Because at the end of the day, it's all software. At the end of the day, it's all software. Oh, crypto portfolio update. Yes, we can. All right, so crypto portfolio update, GOAT. Here's where we're at. 22,000 XRP. 10,001 XLM Stellar Lumens. Hold on, let me check. WadsPay token is next. 55,000 WadsPay tokens, 106,000 Ecomi tokens, 500,000 legacy tokens, 0.02 Ethereum. Hold on. $5,150 algo. $33,750 Smile Coin. Xfinite Entertainment Token, 28,200. Hold on a second. 20,000 Blocktopia tokens. 126 billion Doge GF tokens. 50 Polygon tokens, Matic. Let me just make sure. One Chainlink Blocktopia building NFT worth currently about $2,000. Around $2,000. 45 ounces of silver, 1.5 ounces of gold. Hold on a sec. And I believe that's it. Yep, that's it. No iota. No iota. I dropped it as soon as I got it. So that's the portfolio update. You guys saying hi to Henry and Luna? That is the update. Portfolio update. Man, WazPay, man. Oh my goodness. If this thing comes back down to half a penny, wow. I'm probably gonna drop probably 1,000 or 1,500 on it. How are you guys doing? You guys got any new updates to any of your portfolios? Anything you guys want to share with me?
Just to put into...
This was 2 minutes ago, ladies and gentlemen. Also, I am going to pick up some Coinbase stock.
Perspective, the fallout from crypto. At its peak, the crypto asset ecosystem, all of it, I think there are more than 10,000 crypto assets. Most of them, or many of them, will not be worth much, but there has been a lot of speculation. The entire crypto asset ecosystem hit somewhere between $2.9 and $3 trillion. Is now down to roughly $800 billion. Now, put that in context. Apple is a $2.3 trillion company, one stock. So that just gives you a sense of how early we are still and how unlikely it is that what has happened in crypto could cause a systemic financial crisis. Now, we probably are going to see more fallout, and we think we can dimension it. One of the ones not rumored, I think we have a lot of facts on this. DCG, Digital Currency Group, owns Genesis, and it may have borrowed roughly $1 billion from Genesis. So $1 billion, it could be between $1 and $2 billion. Now, to give you a sense of that, the Lehman Brothers bankruptcy claims were $1.2 trillion. So we're not talking anything like that. We are talking counterparty risk. Again, shades or echoes of that crisis. Reinforcing this idea is with transparency, you will have a much better understanding of counterparty risk. With decentralization, the counterparty risk should be lessened. Closed ecosystems are not a wise idea, and human-driven decisions, especially in a moment of a crisis, as opposed to smart contract automated decisions, also tend to be, if not irrational, then in the case of Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX, possibly fraudulent.
ARK Invest CEO and contrarian investor Cathie Wood, in her latest market update, warns investors that she doesn't believe the fallout from the FTX blow-up is completely finished yet, with potentially more pain on the way. However, Cathie also explains that from what she has observed of Bitcoin and the crypto market in the wake of 2022 has only left her with higher conviction in the asset class, as it has been truly battle tested and come out on the other side. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video, where Cathie explains why she thinks investors have got it completely wrong and are mispricing exponential growth and innovation, and why she can envision a 30x coming by 2030. Also, only a small percentage of my viewers are actually subscribed. If you enjoy finance content, consider subscribing or liking the video. It's free and you can always change your mind.
I think every time we go through a battle test of the crypto asset ecosystem, I feel better. I feel better. If you look at the trajectory of Bitcoin, while the swings are wild, as Jeremy Siegel said on our podcast yesterday, he doesn't think there has ever been an asset where more people have made so much money, even after these losses, in such a short period of time, 12 to 13 years. So our conviction is as high as ever, and you will see from our Bitcoin Monthly, which will be out on Monday, how our on-chain analytics look even after this battle test. The outlook is positive based on on-chain analytics that show massive capitulation that we typically see only at bottoms. And that's why we're so impressed. We didn't get back down to 10 to 12,000. You know, a lot of the traders and hedge funds involved in crypto just look at the charts and press and press and press and press until they get what they want and get what they believe will happen. Well, that didn't happen. Now, I'm not saying it won't, but I think the odds have gone down quite dramatically. I'm truly impressed at the relative stability, especially in Bitcoin and Ether to some extent. So with that, I'd like to end on one subject, and that is the profitability associated with disruptive innovation. Now, many of you know that the pundits out there, whether they're in the media or in our own business, have characterized what ARK does as profitless tech and concept capital or tech wreck, and have equated what we're doing to what happened during the tech and telecom bubble and the bust. In fact, our strategies have behaved worse than during the bust, even though so many companies went bankrupt. So many companies that should not have existed back then went bankrupt in the NASDAQ. They had gotten into the NASDAQ and they went bankrupt. And yet the price decline in the NASDAQ back then was not as severe as our own price declines, at least for some of our portfolios. It makes no sense because the seeds for what is happening today in innovation were all planted during the 20 years that ended in the tech and telecom bubble and then the bust. There was too much capital chasing too few opportunities too soon. And that's why there were so many bankruptcies. Now we do not believe that's the case. We are ready for prime time. And you can take a look at our research for many examples of that. And so what we encourage our companies to do, now that we are ready for prime time, is to invest aggressively right now, capitalize on some of the most important investment opportunities of our lifetime, of the last, really ever. We believe that the market cap associated with truly disruptive innovation, transformative innovation, will go from 7 trillion now, less than 10% of the global equity market cap, to 210 trillion in the next 8 to 10 years. That's a 30-fold increase. That's exponential growth. And I think that a reason a lot of people have trouble with our strategy is we've grown up in a world of linear growth. And the last time many investors heard the phrase exponential growth was in the tech and telecom bubble. And there's a lot of muscle memory associated with that. Many of those managers became value managers. I know, and I hear them denigrate our strategy, perhaps because of their experience. We've been doing the real research on disruptive innovation. And according to Wright's Law, and according to all the learning curves, cost declines, and so forth, we are ready for prime time in the 5 areas around which which we have centered our research and investing. Multiomics, so what we used to call the genomic revolution, robotics, energy storage, artificial intelligence, and blockchain technology. The technologies are ready. We didn't even get the cloud until 2006. We didn't have the big breakthrough in deep learning until 2012. We didn't get the cost of DNA sequencing down to $500 per whole human genome until this year. So we're ready for prime time now. So we've just finished one holiday, and we're going into another series of holidays during the next few months.
Hey, Goat, do me a favor and message me why you think it's going to be quant. Message me the reasons why you think it's going to be quant. Like, reasons why.
So, of course, we wish you a wonderful holiday season, but just let me leave you with one thought and hope. This is the hope. And based on our research, I think this is really possible. So if you look back to the last time we had multiple innovation platforms evolving at the same time, telephone, electricity, and the automobile in the early 1900s, what you found is we were at a period very similar to where we have been very recently. There was a pandemic, the Spanish.
Oh, for those of you who don't know, when I walk away, I always listen to what I put on here because I wanted to hear this video. It just came out. I wanted to hear what Cathie Wood had to say.
There was a war, World War I. Now, both of those were much more serious than what we've experienced this go around. We are an echo of that. Inflation hit 24% in June of 2020. And by June of 2021, it was down to minus 15%. And now, as Jeremy Siegel reminded me, we were on the gold standard then. So they needed to try and get prices back to where they were before the pandemic and war. But the echo here is money growth is falling, just like it was then. So we believe that the drama there, that 24% to minus 15% in inflation from 20 to 21, that we will see something akin to that, an echo of that this time around. So we got to 8, depending on the measure, 8 to 10% inflation here in the United States. Europe's at 10% right now. And we would not be surprised and agree with Jeremy Siegel that we could slice through 2% at some point next year. Commodity prices are already pointing in that direction. Massive discounts over Christmas because of overwhelming inventories are pointing in that direction. And so I'll just say one last thing. When we first moved to St. Petersburg,
Lux, what is up, Lux?
It was about a year ago, and I remember walking out around the park to go take a walk, and I ran into a woman named Cheryl. I think her name was Cheryl, could have been Shirley. She was on her bike, she had a little dog. She recognized me and ARC, knew all about ARC, read our research. And I think, and she pulled up her app with, our portfolios. And again, about a year ago, and this is as tough a year as I've ever had. This is worse than 0809 by far. And I think of her every day, and I think of all of our clients every day. And I know that patience will win out. And, I'm not sure if Cheryl is still in our funds, but know that I take these things very seriously. But I also know that we cannot pivot from our style. Style drift in our business is suicide. And our focus is exclusively on disruptive innovation. We would not hedge with energy stocks. The energy index is at an all-time high despite oil prices falling from 130 to 80. That makes no sense. But we're seeing a lot of people drift, even if they have ESG mandates. So we will not drift. And we know that our research is pointing us in the right direction. If anything, in the last year, our conviction in our research has increased because the artificial intelligence breakthroughs that we were expecting 5 years from now, maybe even 10 years from now, GPT-3 chat, or chat GPT-3, it's mind-blowing. So I think truth will win out. Patience will win. And we're looking forward to more in the know videos, sharing our insights and thoughts in the new year, by which time, at some point, we expect the pivot to have taken place.
Okay, Kathy. Very nice. Quant will be the software of the entire financial system. It is above ISO 222. ISO is just a rating system. Verdian, CEO of Quant, created. Okay, yeah, they're just rating systems. ISO is just a system of rating of like what the systems are, what they follow, what they're about. What's his name? Gilbert Verdian. All right, let's look him up. All right. Technologist with an upbringing in business, deep background in technology security. My goal is to develop and commercialize new ideas, tools, methods to extend the frontiers of science, business, technology, so as to improve the effectiveness of technology for ultimately. Okay. Quant. Here he is. Founder and CEO. As founder and CEO of Quant, Gilbert is focused on unlocking the power of blockchain for everyone. To create an empowered, interconnected world, Gilbert has more than 20 years of cybersecurity experience. He has worked in government for Downing Street, Ministry of Justice, with keen interest in disruptive technology. Established the blockchain ISO standard TC307. Initiative, Interoperability Working Group. A look back. Okay. All right. There wasn't much there. Let's go to LinkedIn. Two years. He spends a lot of 2 years in places. I wonder why he's so short. I wonder why he's only there for so short of a time. Consultant. Okay. Here we go. He started off consultant for Ernst & Young, Strike Force, Kingdom, Security, CTO, Treasury. Okay, here we go. HSBC. There we go. Security Projects Programs. Integrated Supply and Trading, Digital Security, BP. Ooh, that looks nice. Cyber secure less than a year. Chief Information Security Officer. All right. Present. 4 years, 6 months. Quant is the future of finance today. Okay. Oh, okay. Just like Rosie Rios for XRP. Yeah, I wouldn't do that comparison. Rosie Rios spent a lifetime in those roles. This guy bounced around like every couple years to different places. But yeah, it does look like it does look cool. Let me look in real quick here. Hold on a sec. Let's take a look. Supply 12 is insert. Yeah, like the supply and what it does. I mean, the supply is a huge reason for its price. It's like 12 million is nothing, you know? That's the supply. Operate distributed ledger technology, Overledger, connecting different blockchain networks based on OS to be built for blockchains. The main aim of Quant using Overledger is to bridge the gap that exists between different blockchains. Economy ecosystem we built. Overledger allows developers to build decentralized blockchain application known as maps for their customers. Certain amount of Quant tokens. Now, what makes Quant unique? Since the introduction of blockchain distributed ledger technology, innovators have found use cases in almost every known industry. However, there has been the problem of seamless interoperability between these projects. Quant was created to be the missing link between the different blockchains. That's like what Polygon does, right? For Ethereum, except Quant wants to do this for all blockchains, I think. Quant's operating system Overledger was designed to act as a gateway for any blockchain-based project to access all other blockchains. It also works in connecting an application to other applications in the same blockchain ecosystem like Ethereum. More than multiple blockchain interactions, Quant creates different layers for apps to interact at different levels. Quant has different layers for transactions, messaging, filtering, ordering, application for sharing, and referencing identical messages related to other applications. The Quant App Store has the ability to read and monitor transactions across multiple ledgers using Overledger. Developers write smart contracts across a wide variety of chains, including those that don't support them, such as Bitcoin. Developers can also use the store to create and release multi-chain applications. Okay. Maps. Okay. I mean, we can definitely see why with the supply market cap. And it is a ERC20 token. So this thing started off at like a quarter in August 2018. And then it looks like the peak was at like 15 or whatever dollars in the in 2019. And then once we get to January 2021, we all know that bull run, we went from $10 to $384. Dropped down in June 2022, which was the low of the markets, to $46. $46. Now it sits at 107. Yeah, well, I would need to look into it more. Because you have to take into consideration the world, like the world adoption, the global adoption, the global people involved in everything. And when I look at that, I see that Ripple has taken that over, and XRP, the global adoption, all the banks, everything. And I don't see Quant when I see all of that. Like Ripple XRP is like so massive on a global scale with hundreds of banks and all of like reserve banks I never hear anything about quant. Not to say that they're not there in the background. Of course they can be. It will be a monster that will melt faces. For your sake, I hope so. I do believe, just from watching, that it has held. And I have owned quant in the past, because you usually get me fired up when you bring it up because of the pricing on quant. But yeah, after looking back further and further, just within a few years, that it was at like a quarter and 50 cents, and where it's at right now, that's just too scary of a price for me. And the more I think about it, the more I want to stay away from it. Maybe if it was at like $2 or $3, but that's too big of a price swing in just a couple years. Yeah, Leo, that's just that was just a small part of the point. Ripple and XRP is global. They have the World Economic Forum and BIS and Christine Lagarde and the IMF all jumping on board and talking about it, like big, powerful people. And I'm not saying quant doesn't have powerful people talking about it, but Ripple and XRP has global, powerful people. And I have not heard those people talking about quant. That's all I'm saying. They could have a couple hundred banks. But I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, but I just don't see it. It's just not for me. That's all. MNW? What is that? Let's take a look. Morpheus Network token has been updated. Morpheus Network token has been updated to MNW. Oh, geez. I'm scared. Optimizes supply chains. What there's... Oh, geez. You can get it on KuCoin. Yeah, go. The stories are different though. The story, but it's not it's the entire picture that means something, not a couple little things. It's not just the nuances. It's the entire stories of creation. It's not just a couple things that they have in common makes them the same, or makes it like they could be the same, or where they come from. It was the reasons, and it's the entire picture that make the difference, not the little details. It's everything. You know what? I don't know how to explain it. Maybe I should learn how to explain things better. But just a couple things doesn't make something. It's the entire picture, the whole circumference. If quant was cheaper, and the thing is, quant within just a few years has went from a quarter to close to $400. So I would rather wait, and it has never went back down to the price again. See, Bitcoin has went up super high prices and then all the way back down to previous prices, and quant has not. So I just there's a bunch of nuances there. I don't know, man. We're kind of on the same page. Goat. We love XRP. And to me, I think that's all that really matters because of everything that it encompasses. But exactly, exactly, blunt crypto. I didn't want to say that, but yeah, exactly. What is this guy saying?
Users here. So I'm just kidding. FTX paid $12 million retainer to New York law firm before bankruptcy filing. Now, here's a question, okay? How are they able to use customer funds to file bankruptcy?
Well, I do want to say this, Goat. I do remember in the last couple of years that I've been here, Goat, you've been here the entire time. We agree on a lot of things. You have a lot of great ideas, and we agree on a lot of things. I'm just choosing to slightly disagree with that. That's all. And I'm not saying, and you could be 100% right, and I'm probably could be 100% wrong, but that's what life's all about. It's about having a difference of opinion. Silver, gold, what time is it? Okay, 12:30, not bad. Man, I cannot wait to see what happens with gold, man, and silver. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, Goat. You're my dude, bro. You're my go-to. I always take what you say very seriously. I never look at it and brush it off. I always look deep into things that you say, just because I know you've put time and effort into it. All right, what am I looking at here? Yeah, agnostic. It can move. Yeah, it can. If something happens to ER, it can just boom. It's on. It's Polkadot. It's on. Boom. It's on Polkadot, or boom. It's somewhere else. Starting all. It's good to go. 36 cents, ladies and gentlemen. XRP up a teeny bit here. Let's go, baby. Let's go. So I'm thinking I'm going to pick up a little more OMI. I want to get some Coinbase stock. I want to pick up some Coinbase stock. It's $35. Huh, Henry, you want to say hi? All right. Henry wants to say hi to everybody. You saying hi? Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? Yes, you are. Mwah. Are you my Henry? Oh, you guys say hi. Hello. Henry's a good boy. He pumps it up. He's like, Dad, leave me alone. Let me eat my treat. He's got his little bone down there. We get some Henrys in the chat. Henry's amazing. I love Henry. So yeah, I want to pick up some Coinbase stock. It's called Coin. No, he's not. I don't believe so. I want to pick up some more XRP. But other than that, man, those are the things I want to get more of. I want to get a little more OMI at its current price. I want to get some more WattsPay token. I want to pick up some Coinbase stock. And I want some more XLM as well. Honestly, I do. I love Propy, but I'm not sure. I am not sure right now. I need to do a little more research. Even though Propy has made me a lot of money in the past, I want to see where it's headed for the future. So I need to see what their roadmaps currently are. But other than that, I do want to sell a little gold and silver and put some more money into the investments I just talked about. So that's what I'm going to be off doing today. And then I have a little something to do. And then I think I'm going to do another live stream tonight. That's what I think I'm going to do. I'm Jaded Blur. Until next time, we'll put out some more videos. Later.
I got zero doubt in my membrane, you keep calling me insane. Every single day more XRP is what I obtain. No more cash, no more cars, only QR codes. No more proof of work, we running validated nodes. This is the life that I chose. They look at the cons, I look at the pros. I'm always bullish and it shows. Now you wanna ask about XRP, I am not telling. Now you want some of my XRP, I am not selling, it's not for sale. Honestly, I just wish you well, cause I'm XRP for well. I'm XRP for life and that's forever, can't you tell? I just keep on buying while they telling me to sell. The whole world gonna be shocked when XRP break out its shell, and that's when we prevail. I'm XRP for well, I'm XRP for life and that's forever, can't you tell? I just keep on buying while they telling me to sell. The whole world gonna be shocked when XRP break out its shell, and that's when we prevail. XRP taking the lead, come equipped with institutional speed. XRP giving the go to proceed, don't listen to FUD, I know they mislead. Trying to tell them but I know they don't care. HoDL, no nothing compared. Back in the day I was willing to share, now I don't have any left to spare. Source some liquidity on demand, try to tell them but they don't understand. Holding my ledger.
All black, E-class Benz, where you park it at? Niggas hopping on our wave, where we started that. Feeling like I got $1 billion market cap. Being broke forever, we don't want no part in that. Nope, I want the money like y'all do, but I ain't promoting these racks. They know that I bring the bars too. Look how I float on these tracks. I make that shit to get charged to. Homie, you know these is facts. I pull up and put it in park. Woo. They like Satoshi is back. Back to back, I made the hoodies, then I made the t-shirts, and now they all copped. Made a grip, leeching hoes, hit my phone, I pick up to make the call drop. Stack the green all the way up to the ceiling, keep it growing like some tall crops. Go for half in the crypto, come back in 5 years, give me all props. I go berserk with the rhyme, I put in work all the time. Turn my loose change into lights, I'ma convert on my dimes. Hey, gotta watch what you betting on. Know how to spot the frauds, man, it's helicons. But I make these dollars transform, I believe I'm an optimist in his prime. But I own Megatron, it's the TRX. Everything crypto, we are next. Promoted so much, I need PR checks. Cause fair money fraud, only seem real, that's a VR test. Flow different, kinda sick. Yeah, it's a shit that had a DR and an ER stress. That could be far-fetched, but I ain't lying, ask Brian. Kicking my feet up at the Bitcoin meetup. Yeah, Satoshi is back, and they still don't care to understand it. Feel it in the air, man, they frantic. Yeah, we got billionaires in the panic. Old man need a chill, talk this map with them loose lips. Better learn to adapt, you can move quick. Understand Warren Buffett, I wanting to do shit. You never could teach your old dog new tricks. When they don't understand you, they demonize you and call you a weirdo. That's how I fear though. Realize they can't conquer you, so they don't wanna sponsor you. Cool, I'm self-made with a mantra too. How to deal with me, they don't got no kind of clue. Don't end me, win with me, I bring that energy. Show these motherfuckers what a monster do. Yeah, and it's still power to the people. And I'm still screaming decentralized. I'm way too desensitized. Like I'm looking dead in they eyes, scream in the lies. And rappers too, they in disguise, thinking they really spinning, get in them rides. Most rappers at Enterprise, but I can give a fuck about another rapper, he trash. All he rap about his money, he don't see cash. I be laughing at the nigga while I'm trolling Roger Ver on Twitter like Bcash. I am the best artist to even speak crypto. Satoshi is back on his grind. All you little blockchain rappers in my comments, get off my dick and go practice your rhymes. Whoa, this ain't an off season. This is an alt season. Need a ticket like I'm called Speed. I'm trying to get rich, take them boss me. And I ain't satisfied till we all eat. See no stress, then he gon' flex. Like I've been working out up at EOS. On the treadmill buying EOS. All black, E-class Benz, where you park it at? Niggas, alt season. Need a ticket like I'm called Speed. I'm trying to get rich, take them boss. Whoa, this ain't an off season. This is an alt season. Need a ticket like I'm called Speed. I'm trying to get rich, take them boss me. And I ain't satisfied till we all eat. See no stress, then he gon' flex. Like I've been working out up at EOS. On the treadmill buying EOS. All black, E-class Benz, where you park it at? Niggas hopping on our wave, where we started that. Feeling like I got $1 billion market cap. Being broke forever, we don't want no part in that. Nope, I want the money like y'all do, but I ain't promoting these racks. They know that I bring the bars too. Look how I float on these tracks. I make that shit to get charged to. Homie, you know these is facts. I pull up and put it in park. Woo.